Alright, g'day guys, Matt Prado, welcome back to another video. Now today's video is an unboxing review of the LAMTTO RC14. Okay, so the guys have sent me this and it's good because I've already got a similar unit, car pureed, so it'll be a very good comparison to see what you get with your money and which one's better. So let's get into it. Okay, now straight off the bat, these units are a little bit different. This one does cost more, but also has more features. So this, I've opted for the front and rear camera, and they both do 4K recording, which is just crazy. I'm really excited to see what that looks like. And so this one's already costing a bit more. Now I think this one's about 189 USD, which is about $290. So it's definitely, you know, a little bit more on the expensive side, the premium side. But they do also do ones that are like 100 USD to 150, so about $200 range Australian. So this is probably more of the high-end option, but also I'm really keen to try it out. And it's also got voice controls, which is interesting because the one I've got now doesn't have that. So let's open it up and see what you get in the box. Okay, so in the box, what are we greeted with? Some fine packaging. Oh, and we're straight onto the unit itself. Wow, here she is. Let's open her up. Wow, there you go. So you get a rough idea of how big it's going to be. And it's really cool. This base, it's like slightly flexible. So if you do stick it on a dash, you can mold it. Whereas before it used to just be one plastic. Now look at this. This is what I mean. So look at the size of that camera. So this does 4K, which is absolutely crazy. Very excited to see how that looks. Now on the side here, USB Type C. You got AV in, SD card and an aux cord. So obviously you'll need the SD card to capture the recording of the crash. Then this little bit here, I'm going to assume that's a microphone to receive phone calls. And it's even got details on how to install it, which is really nice. So it's definitely lighter, probably a bit more plasticky than the other unit I've got. But I do like the bezel's probably a bit smaller on the bottom and top. And it's very like, looks a bit more sleek looking probably than the other one. But I guess we'll have to see how it performs with that camera. And up there you've also got the on and off button, and then this is the stand it comes with, but we'll probably change this out to an arm that hooks onto the windscreen. Alright, also in the box we've got the arm. This is what I will use, and you can see it there in the background. I've got one there at the moment and they just work well and they're so easy to take on and off, so I'm going to be using that. We also have the power, so this is simply a 12 volt plug with USB Type C in the end. And it's cool because it also actually has a USB output on here, which is really handy. So if you still want to charge your phone or something, you can just plug it in, you still have access to something practical. It's not just an end on it. So that's actually kind of useful of them. Now in here, we have the crowbar, and we also have an aux cord, which would be for audio. And we seem to have some little clips here for wires, which is really thoughtful. And there's also another sticky base here on the back. And we've also got the instructions, which is, I'll be honest, it's quite big. Oh my goodness. Well, you know, at least we're going to know what we're doing. And then in here we have the rear camera. Now the rear camera is a little bit smaller than the front camera, I'd say, but it's got a little pad if you want to stick it, and it's got two of them. And here's the rear camera. So you can see there, nothing too crazy, but should get the job done. It is 4K, and you've got an aux cord there, and then the wire for the camera itself. So that's obviously gonna have to run through the car to get that to work. And then one more thing in the box, just got a optional accessory for dash cam. Yes, we've pretty much got all these sort of options here activated in this box, so that's very exciting. Now let's try and install it. Okay, so you can see here I've got my car pureed system here. Now this has been great, and I found that I ended up leaving it here. I can also adjust the back, so it can come all the way out here, but I just find it's actually nice to have it back there and you can see more of the screen. There it's a bit too close. So we're going to do the exact same setup with the new one. Now just for a size comparison, it's actually quite crazy. This one you can sort of see there, if I hold it this way, you can see how much bigger the other one is, the bezel, because these have the same size screen, remember. So you can sort of see when I put it on there like that, how the bezel's just around the whole thing, not the actual screen. So that's a good one. That's a pro to this already. It's such a smaller, compact size, but you're not missing out on that much screen. Like the screen's the exact same height and everything. So that's awesome. And yeah, this is quite easy to take off, so we're just gonna unplug it now. So you can see side by side, they're pretty similar. The carburetor is actually slightly wider, but for thickness, this one's actually thinner, and they both use the exact same hooking mechanism. Okay, so I should actually be able to hook it straight onto that clamp right there. But the clamp it does come with is pretty cool. It's got the adjustment here with this spin knob. This is a 360 ball joint, and then got the adjustment there. So this can actually do the exact same position, but there's just literally no point using this one when that one's already on there. It's actually quite stuck on there, so I'm just going to end up using that one. Okay, so I've plugged in the USB Type-C for power, which goes into the 12-volt socket. And then here I've got aux, and this is for aux for the radio. So this is going to be an aux cord that goes straight from this head unit here to here. And then this last one here, which is called AV in, that is actually for your little reversing camera. So here, it looks like a headphone jack, but it's not. But that little black one is actually the little AV in. And then this red wire, you actually need to connect that into one of the lamp globes in the back, that when the reverse comes on, the globe comes on, that's what you tap into. So then the camera will turn on when that turns on. So for now, I'm probably not going to run a reverse camera because I've just put the rear bar on and you can't really go anywhere at the moment. But in a future video, I'll probably put that in. So now, all we need to do is simply hook this back on to the system here, and it should just hook and slide on. There we go. And now we'll just adjust that so it sits in a good spot. So, you know, we can move it forward here, or we can actually have it back sort of where it was before, which is back there. And this one is a little bit smaller and takes less room, so part of me wants to actually put it like closer, so I might even do that. Okay, the head unit's fully installed. I even run the wires around. That's not the neatest job, it's not like fully tucked in, but this is just the neatest way I've ever done it. And then these, you get 4 of these little clips, and they've got little tape on the back, so you can actually peel them off. And for example, I could clip one here, and then the wire tucks into it. So it's a great little method if you're desperate and you want to hide all your wires. Okay, let's turn it on for the very first time. The ignition's on, so the 12 volts should be powered up. Whoa, look at the quality of that Bugatti. Okay, first impressions, definitely a very high quality screen, higher than the other unit, that's for sure, and it's more responsive. It is immediately more responsive. These are the things I'm picking up straight away. Oh, the camera, look at that, that's crazy. So should be able to just adjust it up a bit more because it's sort of just filming the bonnet a little bit there, so we'll just put that up there. There we go. That's crazy. I just can't believe how good of quality it is. Now there's actually the clock up here as well. It's a very responsive unit. I'm really surprised it's this responsive. Wow, okay. Honestly guys, immediate impressions, I'm very, very impressed. It's a lot quicker. Like everything just seems to work. Here we go, so manual. Wow, auto. Wow, this is quite cool. Left right hand drive, so we are right hand drive. See if that changes anything. Oh, split screen mode, full screen, that's so cool. Yeah, this is really cool. Yeah, okay, so it's very quick, very fast. I'm very, very happy with these initial moments here. On and off button works, just works straight away. Camera, wow, look at this. There's a microphone, there's rear mirror image, record resolution. It's recording in 2.5K. You can also record in 4K, which I just think is ridiculous. Alright, so I'm just gonna set it fully up and then we'll connect Android Auto. It does come with a 64 gig SD card, so you'll be able to put this in here, and when you've taken footage or whatever in your camera, you can review it and you can actually watch it on here, which is pretty cool. There's even a screensaver, so turn off, so I can do a 10-second screensaver, why not? There's service here, which is pretty handy. So barcode, that's the same one that came in the box. But as we know, most of the settings are going to be inside of the Android Auto for us because we're in Android. So we're going to dive into that. Okay, let's see if I can get Android Auto to work first go. So I'm going to go Android Auto, I'm going to go confirm. Then I'm just going to go my Wi-Fi on my phone. So it says car link at the top here, so I'm going to click that. Oh, I also need to turn on my Bluetooth, it says, so I'll turn that on. TH6 Pro, so I've just clicked that on my phone and I'm going to go pair, asking permission to pair, and now it's putting me on here to give me a password for the car link. Oh no, we're in. There we go, so we are fully in now. So we've got Android Auto here, and you can, yep, that's fully working. So pretty much now we're just going to connect it up properly. So obviously this is very similar to the other one that we've just had. I mean, it works in the same way. There's also a little quick button there, that's cool. So now we're just going to pretty much connect it all up and see how it all works fully. Okay, so I played with the settings. I've got the time set. And yeah, like I would say it's simple when it works, because there's little things I've noticed if you're being picky. You can't change the background screen, whereas on lots of other ones you can, at least that I can find here. Settings though, there are more settings, everything works. There's split mode, but I wouldn't prefer it. And there's also all your camera settings. But I do like Android Auto. So here, as you can see, it's in split mode. So I've got camera and maps. But also I can turn that off by going to settings, split screen mode, and just clicking on this one here, which is full screen mode. So pretty much now if we go back to Android Auto, it just needs to reconnect because it resets when you sort of do that. You'll see now it should have one side maps, one side music, and it should just work. So we'll connect back up here. There we go. So now you can see here that I've got the music on the left, maps on the right. So that works pretty well, and I can click here and go fast track to location and vice versa. I've got messenger and all that sort of stuff in there. So it seems to work really quick, and the screen's definitely better quality. So I feel like this system will definitely be best used for the camera use, because it is cool. I can click camera and it, like right now, that's a live camera from the front. It's got the time and everything. So I think that's a really cool feature. And it can pretty much, well, it can record in 4K, which is just really, really cool. I was very surprised at how good of a quality this all is. So the SD card will go in here and that will work. But now I'm going to show you guys how to connect Android Cast. So pretty much Android Cast, and then you go confirm. Yep, so pretty much it's going to come up with this screen, and you can get your phone, grab the QR code, click on that link. You're going to download this little app here, and then you should be able to connect it. Now, the last system I did with this one, the car Purade, it actually had a few dramas, and I pretty much only used it once. And so I could pretty much never use it, which is a bit sad. So hopefully this is a lot nicer. Connection mode, so we're going to go Wi-Fi. So hopefully this, oh here we go, it's just popped up here. So now we're going to click connect. We'll go allow, and now it's searching. Go start now. No way, that works so much quicker. So as you can see here, that was pretty much a live demonstration. So that's literally my phone screen there, you can see it here. That is so funny. Now obviously, it's really small because it's on a small screen. But if I get a photo and flip it, there you go, yep, thought so. So as you can see, that is, now it is a bit blurry, as you can maybe be able to tell there, but I'm literally like, look at this, I'm actually mirroring it off there, which is pretty cool. And obviously, you know, it is bigger than my phone screen, so you will be able to get more of a picture in there. But this is great if you want to watch YouTube or something. You can go in here and you should be able to just watch a YouTube video. Now if you're not a fan of doing wireless connection, you can also do USB cable if you want just a quick, direct, really high quality connection, maybe for those long road trips. But right now we are currently trying the wireless, and it seems to be working pretty good. Yep, so I just turned my Wi-Fi off to do a test and it disconnected me, so that's sort of good. I just want to confirm that. So now if I want to connect back, just go Android Cast, go on here, go on the app on my phone, TC Link. That's going to search for it. Here it is, automatically connect, start now, boom, I'm in. That is just so fast. I can't believe how fast that is. So you get an idea of how quick it is. Look at that, that's so fast. So, gotta say, I am pretty happy with that. Oh, it's actually not too bad. I think it just depends on your connection, because so now it's back to normal, so it's all good now. And so about an hour. Alright, g'day guys, welcome back to the channel, that Preston Build Prado. Today's video is very exciting. It's the rear bar fully complete and installed, as you can see. Alright, g'day guys, well there you go, so you can watch now a video while driving, which is totally not dangerous. But there you go, so I've got it on my phone here and it's also on the screen there. So what I'm going to do is now just turn my phone off and see if it still keeps playing. No, it does turn off. So I've got YouTube Premium, so it's going to keep playing the audio. But there you go, so that's sort of good to know. So it's literally mirroring every second of the phone screen. So if the phone goes off, it will go off. Well, there you go, that seems to all fully function. So now, if I put my phone mount, because normally my phone mount actually sits on this air vent, and I do actually normally have my phone right here. Now, I know to you guys that's just going to block it, but from where I'm driving, this is how it works, it makes sense. But pretty much that works really well, and that's a success. So I'm pretty happy with that. I wouldn't say that you'd necessarily fully run with Android Cast 24/7, because it is a little bit fuzzy, but I'm sure the Apple AirPlay is a very similar system. But if you did cable, it would probably be great. But realistically, I'm just going to be doing Android Auto every single day. There you can see just behind the white font, the little camera there. So it's pretty sneaky. You wouldn't really think it was there, but that will record pretty much all the time. And whenever you get hit, you'll be able to stop the recording and get the footage and use it for insurance. Okay, I got to say, initial impressions, it's a very good system. Okay, so 9.26 inch display, smaller unit itself, thinner bezel, and the big 4K camera on the front. So out of the box, there's a lot more package there, and as you saw, the screen quality is a lot better, and the refresh rate and like the processor inside's Intel, so it's a lot quicker to respond. So I will say it's a very good unit, and I highly recommend. And if you ever do towing or anything, the rear camera hookup would be awesome. You'd be able to see through the screen. So I can highly recommend. If you want to get one yourself, check the link in the description. And if you have any questions, put them down below. And catch you guys next time on Built Prado.